Hello farmers, hello aspiring farmers. Welcome to Backyard Farms. Hope it's a nice day. Please consider subscribing to Backyard Farms. Let's learn together. So this part 2 of the video we did previously about feeding our chicks. We all know that chicks are our profits. So when chicks become mature birds, what are we going to feed them? What are we going to feed them as poultry farmers so that we ensure that our birds grow at a relatively good rate, and ultimately they provide profits for various poultry ventures, whether we are doing it as a hobby or whether we are doing it commercially. First of all, you need a very good and secure enclosure, because even if you have the best feeds, without a good enclosure, without good water, your poultry venture is headed to ruins. So first of all, you need a good enclosure, you need water, you need protection from sunlight and rain, you need to protect your birds, and then you need essential drugs that you'll be using to treat various ailments. You need vaccines for a disease like Newcastle, for a disease like the Marek disease and the Gumboro disease. These are very dangerous diseases. You need levels of cleanliness. Now when it comes to feeding your birds, especially birds that are enclosed, because in this video we'll focus on birds that are enclosed and free range birds. On birds that are enclosed, you need your feeds to contain the necessary amounts of proteins as recommended. You need the necessary amounts of carbohydrates as recommended. You need minerals and vitamins as recommended. So essentially, your feeds have to contain all these vital ingredients: proteins, carbohydrates, minerals, and fats. Because essentially, unlike the free range birds, your birds are enclosed, and therefore they have no chance to scavenge outside. They have no chance to go outside. So it's you as a farmer who is going to provide all the necessary ingredients or the necessary vitamins for your birds. Now, let's move to our free range birds. I know some of us keep free range birds. So when it comes to birds that are free range, birds that are allowed to wander, birds that are allowed to come freely and go. So first of all, free range farming enables chicken to explore their full genetic potential because they are now set in their natural areas. And first, as a farmer, we should know that chicken thrive best in natural environments. So what are some of the advantages of you having free range birds? Because before we look at the feeds, first of all, you produce more nutritious and tasty meats and eggs. Most consumers, especially those who are conscious of their health, prefer meat from free range birds and eggs from free range birds. You have an extended laying period for your hens. You have better growth and access to a better diet. Better growth because they are naturally, that's their natural growth. It's not accelerated because of use of other drugs and other chemicals. Some of the breeds that can do best as free range birds, we have the kienyeji birds, locally the local birds, depending on wherever you are. We have the Kuroiler birds, Kuroiler chicken. They can do very well as free range birds. We have the Sasso breed, which can also do very well as a free range birds. We have the Kenbro breed of chicken. The Kenbro breed of chicken can also do very well as a free range birds. These are some of the breeds that can do well. I know there are so many breeds that can do well, but these are partly some of the breeds that can do well as free range birds. Requirements. What are the requirements when you have to you want to provide a free range system? First of all, they have to provision of a conducive environment and a comfortable resting area. You have to provide a conducive environment that will protect your birds from predators, that will protect your birds from things that can harm them, and also a comfortable resting places. Birds naturally love to roost, so it's preferable that you provide your birds a place that they can comfortable roost and comfortably rest. Two, you have to provide your birds with access to fresh water and good diet. Access to fresh water and good diet. Now, when it comes to feeding our birds, we have already looked at the free-range birds and all other things. Now, what do you feed your free-range birds? What do you feed your birds that are allowed to free-range? First of all, you can feed them on pasture, the available pasture. As we can see, the chickens have access to pasture. Two, you can feed them on fodder. And when it comes to fodder, we found that fodder is highly nutritious in proteins and essential minerals that can enable your birds to attain their growth or to grow naturally or to grow naturally. Two, you can also provide locally sourced feeds. You can provide locally sourced feeds that can be sourced from local sources. Those are not commercial feeds. You can also feed them on kitchen scraps because naturally these free range birds, their genes allow them to explore the maximum potential from very various feeds. So they can feed on kitchen scraps. They can also be given partly as a supplement. They can be supplemented on commercial feeds. So those are the feeds that you can feed your free range birds. Now, when it comes to free range birds, in another video, I think we will discuss what are the advantages of having a free range system to the intensive system of keeping birds. As a farmer, first of all, they are not the two systems have both advantages and disadvantages, because when you come to the intensive system, you find that your birds are enclosed and therefore they have a low chance of maybe contacting other birds that may be sick or something like that. But when it comes to free range birds can contact other birds or wild birds that may be afflicted by diseases or things like that. But then when it comes to their laying period, you find that free range birds have an extended laying period compared to birds that are intensively fed. You find that the growth in intensive bird, they have a very fast growth, but when it comes to free range birds, they have a longer growth rate, but they can sustain it. You can sustain it for longer. Now, so the two system of growing your birds or for keeping your birds, they both have advantages and disadvantages. So as a farmer, you can try both. You can try to experiment on both, and then you yourself as a farmer, you can choose on the best process or the best form that you'll be keeping your birds. Personally, as a farmer, I've tried both. I've tried both free range and I've tried intensive farming, and both have their own advantages and disadvantages. So please consider subscribing to Backyard Poultries and have a blessed day.